Hey everyone, welcome to Average Joe Preparedness. My name's Rick, and I'm an average Joe. Alright, good news, bad news. If you've been here a while, if you've checked out my videos, if you go back over the last year, give or take, and if you had followed my advice, and let's make sure we're perfectly clear, ladies and gentlemen. Everything I do here is my personal opinion, and it's just advice. I don't tell people what to do. I did that for a really long time. It's not my job anymore, it's somebody else's job. So, if you're taking my advice, then you would probably be in a better position, or yeah, we'll go with better position, to be dealing with what's going on now and what's probably coming. So, and the bad news is that it's just going to keep getting worse. Yes? So, what I've been advising is one of the things is getting your finances in order. I'm sure if you've listened to any of my videos, it's almost in every single one. And little things you can do or you don't have to do to try to help your finances or get into habits that are beneficial. And I don't know if you're paying attention. I try not to focus on things too much that are negative, but unless they affect, and then just, okay, how does this affect me? Okay, I'm just going to move on and not keep focusing on that negative. And that is that this year is probably, well, first we'll start with inflation. If you guys don't, I'm sure you've been following and it's in the news. Everybody should be seeing it where it's like, oh, this inflation is the worst since the 80s. Worst in 40 years. Well, I was alive in the 80s, so I understand. But so inflation's getting worse, and there's no indication that it's going to get any better. As a matter of fact, there's little indications that it might get worse. So, not going to focus on it. It is what it is. What I try to focus on is, what do I do? That's preparedness. This could happen or is happening. What do I do? And so finances is get your finances in order. I've been mentioning it and I keep doing it. You guys are like, Rick, man, why do you keep doing it? Well, because it's pretty important. So it looks like this year they're talking about between 2 and 4, or maybe even more. Some people are saying about the Fed raising the rate. And so that's going to make things worse, especially if you have, for you guys are like, Fed, and that's really big stuff, and don't even need to get into it, guys. There's other channels out there that will get into that for you. But what it is how is that going to impact you? And the simplest thing is variable interest. So if you have a loan, which I think is a bad idea, not a financial person, just my opinion. If you have a loan for a car or house or whatever and it's got variable interest, that's a bad idea and you should get a fixed interest rate. But credit cards. Credit cards, if I'm not mistaken, pretty much all of them are a variable rate. Yes? So I have mentioned paying off debt, paying off debt. It's not my idea. It's a general rule out there. I just mentioned it because of how important I think it is. And hopefully you've been paying off your credit cards. Hopefully you have. And then working on other things. And there's other videos about that. I'm not going to put that up there right now. Of what you can do. So yeah, variable rate's going to be going up this year. Again, they're talking about raising it 2. I think one was like 6. Somebody said like 10. It's just crazy. But let's just say a couple of times. It doesn't matter how often they do it or how much they do it. It's going to affect you. And your money is going to be worth less because you're going to have to be paying more on these interest rates that are on your credit card. So hopefully you've been paying attention. You've been paying off your credit cards. If not, it is not too late. Please focus on your finances. Pay off your debt, especially credit cards. And don't build up any more debt on your credit cards right now. No, it's a bad idea, but I'm just giving you advice. Okay, so now if you run down your feeds, if you go to the other content creators, right now there's the big thing is, I don't want to say the fear porn. I mention it, keep pointing there because that's usually where I put the little thing, but I've mentioned it. I try not to get into fear porn here, prepper porn, or whatever. This is not a prepper channel, it's a preparedness channel. But there's a lot of fear going on. And I'm not saying not all of it is valid. With inflation and the supply chain still isn't fixed and the cost of gasoline's going up and the fact that even with inflation they don't count it the same way. By the way, gasoline and food aren't put in there, so inflation is actually more. And the thing that's going over with the Russia-Ukraine thing, or you could say China and Taiwan, or whatever's going on around the world. So there's a lot of negative emotions going on, a lot of oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. If you watch any of my videos, big things, step back, to little things. Yes? And that's what we focus on. Now, I understand there could be an overwhelming urge to be like, oh, my hair's on fire and running around and doing stuff. And I'd recommend not doing that. First off, negative emotion. We talked about that. You're not going to be thinking. So bring it back down. Let's say you're concerned with the big things that are going on right now that are just out there. And it's like war and inflation and the price and no food. And I'm not saying those aren't valid. What I'm saying is just take a breath, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, you got that now. Now, it doesn't matter what big thing you're concerned with. It's the little steps that you take that are going to get you there. And it's not overwhelming. So if you're getting ready for a war, there's going to be like a big war. Okay, bring it back down. I've done this in other videos. What's going to happen? Things are going to get more expensive. Things are going to get harder to find. Costs of stuff is just going to go up, 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 no matter what it is. So bring it back down, bring it back down. Let's focus on that. Yes? What can you do? You're not going to stop a war. If that's what's going to happen, I'm not saying it is, but let's just go with it for a second. If there's a war that's going to happen, all these secondary, tertiary things that are collected or connected to it, you can't stop it. And those things are going to affect you. So what can you do? Again, here we go, guys. And by the way, a little shout out to all my subscribers who sit through these videos every time. I didn't know I was going to get subscribers. And so I appreciate you. And that is, get your mind in order. Make the decision. Okay, there's things going on out there I need to be ready for. Get your house in order. Where do you stand now? Where do you want to be? Get your finances in order. You cannot do as much, because there are a lot of things you can do without money or really inexpensive, but there's not much you can do unless you have finances backing you up, because you need to get things, and to get things you have to exchange, and we've done it, your labor, which is money, to get those things. And also it puts you in a better position to handle what's going to happen and what is happening now. So look around you. Where are you? Where do you think you need to be? I don't know you. Don't know where you are. Don't know where you are in your preparedness journey. So take the baby steps. Please be calm. Take a deep breath. There's a lot of stuff out there. I don't know if you guys look at other channels. I'm sure you probably do. And it is like, no. Enjoy your life. I enjoy mine. Have fun. Live, smile, laugh, tell jokes. Even if they're bad jokes, which is what I do most of the time. But bring it back down to you. Bring it back down to your little circle. One step at a time. Whatever it is you're preparing for, take the necessary steps, okay? Preparedness, not prepping, not preparedness, okay? Once again, see, I wear double layers. I mentioned it before, I'm keeping it's cold here, so that's why I'm bundled up in my garage. But I keep my thermostat down, I don't use the heat. I mentioned that before. I mentioned one time, I think people thought I was joking about taking cold showers. It's actually taking short showers, but taking cold showers, I still do it. I don't know if you guys have noticed the price of gas to heat your home and to heat your water, electricity. Those things are going up, utilities. Laundry, doing laundry correctly, all these little things. And I still do them. See? Still wearing the double thing. Oh, and the coffee. I mentioned that. Where's my coffee? Where I use the little container to make my coffee instead of little Keurig cups. So the Keurig cups I use are the no-name brands, and every little thing. Whatever you start thinking about it, that's the whole thing about getting your mind in order. Start thinking about things. What can I do? What are the little things I can do? No matter how small they are. Don't let that get you. No one's judging. They shouldn't. And you shouldn't judge yourself. What are the little things you can do? And you need to start, and you need to focus. My advice, but if you go back over my videos and you say, oh, where were we when he said this? And now where are we now? I'm just saying, throwing it out there. Go with the odds. All right, I'm going to bring this one to an end real fast. So I hope this finds you well. I hope you are happy. I hope you are positive. And I hope somewhere in your journey you are being prepared. Yes?